easy go.
Right guys, this is going to be a 200k Nightfall solo on the Warden of Nothing. For those that just want to see the run, then skip to the time on the screen. For the rest of you, showing my subclass, weapons and card setup. First the card. So to achieve the 200k, we have to have a 5x card on there. That equates to a 160 handicap, void Singe, momentum, extinguish and match game. As for our subclass choice, we're using Middle Tree Night Stalker. Reason being for that is because Xur sold this chest piece, which improves the super of the Middle Tree. So this is my first time using it, so I wanted to see what it was like. That's why I'm using this in the run. We paired in the Middle Tree with Vortex Grenade, Marksman's Dodge and Triple Jump. As for weapons, we're using Blast Furnace, Telesto and Hammerhead. All these weapons are masterworked for orb generation. As for the armor, it's just all a mishmash of armor. There's no optimization with it. It's only on for light level purposes. That's it. So there's no perks, like I say, that match really to what I'm using. Not that it's needed anyway. The main thing for me was that I have this chest piece on, that all these weapons are masterworked, and that I have the card set up and that I play well in the run. That's all I needed. But that's the setup anyway. Right, on with the run. Straight away we're going to be dealing with 3 goblins. We want to generate at least 1 orb off them. Since orb generation is pretty important, since the whole idea of it is that we're getting our super as quickly as we can to then use it to then start building to our next one. Then sitting on a super is a waste of score. It's any orbs, we can't pick them up. So that's the main reason for that, to generate a lot of orbs. So rather than nade here, just wanted to use Telesto, generate orbs as much as we can. A couple of fanatics and goblins, and there'll be a minotaur that sits up back. So I want to generate, I want to get my rampage times 3 and then mow him down. Once we're good there, pick up all ammo, any orbs, and we can move on. The next section is the train section. So coming up there'll be 2 goblins and Cabal fighting each other in mid. You can actually just tag these enemies and let the train kill them, and you will achieve points for it. But I just wanted to generate an extra orb off them. I will have a major goblin on left and right. And then there'll be, by that time you killed the second goblin, there'll be a second train come across. 90% of my super, so on track. And then we'll be coming to the Hydra section. I need to generate 1 last orb, get my super. Then we could use our super on this Hydra. Wanting to weaken him first, since this super is really good, but it's not good on floating targets. Since when you spam R1 or whatever platform you're on, you kind of just miss him entirely. Same with the boss for this. Our first super, get that out the way. We can start generating more orbs. So there is a couple more ads in this section that I didn't kill, but since because of the trains and whatnot, a lot of them aren't worth the time investment. You've got to go up on the rafters and whatnot, so that's a lot of, that's the main thing with a run like this, is you've got to weigh up whether they're worth the time investment or not, since you really only have 15 minutes at the maximum multiplier. Then after that it goes down half, and then by 18 minutes it's obviously you start losing scores, so you want to be getting to the boss in a timely fashion. Here, since we have a lot of Telesto ammo, we're just using that to take out everything. Picking up all orbs. And we can move on. This next room is probably the biggest room in terms of how many ads that you have to deal with. It can be hard, but depending on how you play it, that's why I've got a long range weapon on, which helps. Be 2 snipers at the back that we need to get. Make orbs off them. Now, since I don't quite have my super yet, I was gonna kill this Hydra from back here. It makes it easy. Like I said earlier, this super is good, but on Hydras, it's not the best. Finish him off with Hammerhead. That'll just about give us our super. Okay, so in this room, there's, as you can see, there's 2 train tracks. So trains just keep coming across every now and again. It's important that we try and kill the ads as quickly as we can. Since if you were sitting at the back of the map where I just was, and all the goblins and stuff will push up. And if they overwhelm you or whatnot, and the train ends up killing them without you tagging them, then that's a lot of points lost. It's best to kind of push up. That's why obviously I had a super for that part. Since ads spawned on this top platform, they will loop around as well, like this, so I wanted to get them before the train did. This platform's probably the safest in all the room, I would say. So we'll stand up here. Since we have a lot of Hammerhead ammo, we're going to spam that. Until we get dialogue. Once we get dialogue, that will mean the boss is spawning to mid. He always spawns to mid first. Come to near these stairs, he can't hit me with his Void Blast. Since Void Singe is on, so he can wreck. There is a lot of points to be earned on this bit, more than what I could have earned. But since the Hunter run is slow at the boss and whatnot, it was better just to kind of finish him up and go ahead. On a Warlock run or something, you could probably, well, I have done in the past, dragged it out, as there's at least another 2 set of spawns on goblins and stuff. So I'm 80% at my super, which is around about where I want it, since we're going to 1 hour super for this room. This room can be awkward since there's a wanted target in here, and he has an arc shield on. Of course, we've got match game on the card. So it's going to be hard work. It's not that we can't kill him, it's just that he's not worth the time investment and the ammo to kill him. So we kind of just play this room to let him go, as he will eventually go from the room. So we're just damaging these orange bars. We're not killing them since we're going to use the super on them, but I'm just getting them weak so that they'll be a one shot and I can move on to the rest of the ads. Use the super here, those orange bars, and I want to push up past the wanted guy and all the way to here to get these 3 mages here, which does help if I can get those. Once I've killed those, I'm kind of happy, and then come back to a safe area again. With this wanted target here, there's like 2 bridges ahead of me. He'll kind of sit on each bridge for a length of time, and then he'll gradually retreat. So from now we can kind of sit back and use our pulse to take down any snipers or Cabal. Plus it's a good opportunity to make orbs, as we're gonna, super for the next room. Of course, this 200k isn't the highest score that's achievable. 300k is achievable, and I have done it on the old card. The card last season was easier than this season's, but 300k is still going to be possible, so I will do it. I will do a run on it. Whether it's Hunter, I'm not sure. Probably either Titan or Warlock. Definitely another Warlock run, since that is the best class to get the highest score possible, I would say. Personally, for me anyway. I will be having a go at that. Since my card's only 5 times, you can get the card higher than this. Okay, so that room's done. So we're at the coming up to the capture points. First, we've got to kill a bunch of Vex and Cabal. This is kind of a good place to fight, since the Vex and Cabal will fight each other, and you can kind of take them all out from here safely. Another thing that I like to do is then come over here, take down that exploding barrel, since that can screw with our health later on in the fight. So I like to take it out. Now as soon as the last ad is killed, the next phase will occur. So I want to kill the last ad, but be close to the cannon. Since if you let the goblins get out of control on this capture point, it can screw things up a little bit. So rather than using the cannon, I like to use Telesto on it, since they're easier killed with it, to be fair. Those two if you can kill them from those 2 rooms, then it does help. Now I start killing the ads on B, so that when I go over there, then basically a free plate. If you're lucky that the Minotaur is seeable from where you are on A, then you can spawn kill him as well. What will happen on C, over the other side, another Minotaur will spawn. Only sometimes. If he does, then that's going to be more points. Sometimes it isn't. Right now, we're just clean up any ads that are still alive. We can move on to C. Since I had a lot of time to see 30 seconds on C, so I just thought I would clear out everything before I click the play. Because if these ads aren't cleared out before we capture, like after C is captured, then they'll disappear. You'll get no score for them, unless you've tagged them. Then you would. Use the super on that plate because it was worth using. More goblins to kill, and then once C has been captured, we're going to go to a certain door. The reason why we go to this door is to spawn kill a lot of mages, Cabal mages. Just makes this bit a little bit easier. And they always spawn out this door. Get to this door quick enough, you can kind of kill them all. I'm running for momentum for my health. Now with this section, it's similar to the train section in a way, where if you kill the boss before tagging in any of the rest of the ads, then you won't get points for them. But if you say get a phalanx half health and then kill the boss, you'll get points for him. So I was trying to kind of get the big guy weak while tagging the rest of the ads. And right now I'm just looping around to see if there's any more mages. Sometimes a second batch of Cabal mages will spawn. I don't think they did for me. I think that's kind of random, whether they do or not. And like I said, once he's dead, the rest of the ads will despawn. So my super ammo, everything's pretty healthy. I have max machine gun ammo, nearly max Telesto, so I was in good shape for it. As for this boss fight, I was wanting to have close to a super and good ammo. That was the most important thing. Since I would say the boss, The boss room's probably the hardest part of this run.
Retreat to airline.
Especially on this subclass, because like I was saying, this super is kind of weird on a floating target. If you start striking a floating target, you'll kind of miss him. It's like the hit reg isn't very good on it. But if it was like a standing target, say it was like the arms dealer, it's fantastic, but just for floating targets.
Hey, get ready for the biggest gunfight ever fought in prison. That crazy servitor's down here.
Yeah, so when we come down here, there'll always be Vex and Cabal fighting. Once the last ad's killed, of course, the boss will spawn up. The idea with the boss is to try and do as much damage as we can right now while there's no ads up. Also, the boss's HP is linked to the ad spawns. So, if I'd done above a third, only Cabal would spawn. But if I do more than a third, like I did, we'll have Vex spawn and then Cabal will spawn as well. If we do this amount of damage, which is ideal for me since I have a super and I want to kind of use it when there's as many ads out as possible in the arena. Since he's doing his maneuver, I like to come to this section, hide from his attack, since that will melt us easily. Once he's dealt with his attack, then we can go out in the open and do our super. And just like, see, for me I was just spamming the melee button, which I've kind of realised that's a good way of using it. Once he does his attack again, we can go and hide. In this particular run, my only goal, my goal wasn't to get the highest score possible on this. My goal was just to get the 200k plus, since it was my basically my goal to do. Right now we're just kind of playing safe. Wherever we get weak, get into cover or start running. It's important as well that you are near cover if you are doing a solo on this, whether it be scored or not. Just to play it smart, you don't want to play it too aggressive. It is very easy to get caught out. At this point the boss is really weak. I have 212, so I'm just looking to kind of finish him. Of course there's super bosses that spawn up, which if you kill you can get points for them. If you tag them like me, don't kill them in time, you won't get any points. But like I said, the original goal was just to get a 200k with this setup. I will be doing some high score runs on it, since this is probably my favourite high score Nightfall of all of them, just because of how it is and stuff. But that was the 200k solo. I hope you enjoyed it. Thank you.